Hi guys, my name is Carmina Leon and my demonstration speech is going to be about slime. Slime is the new innovation for children of all ages to engage in hours of fun. Many children like to use this as a way of entertainment. They use it for entertainment purposes and the parents actually enjoy making it with their children as well. And it could also be used as therapeutic purposes for children with special needs. So I'm going to go into more a little bit with the children with special needs with autism. I'm actually an ABA therapist and I deal with these children on a daily basis. These kids tend to have certain behaviors that we might think are not socially accepted, like tantrums, elopement, physical aggression, and they tend to go into a state that they seem like they're in their own world and they cause what we call a scene. Now these kids are very sensory based, so anything that they could get their hands on, for example slime, Play-Doh, foam, it calms them down and it relaxes them and you're able to redirect them into a task that you were doing before them, or they're able to use that as a reinforcer. So let's say that you want the child to tie his shoes. If he ties his shoes properly, you give him the slime as a prize. Or if he has a tantrum, you give him the slime so he can calm down and relax a little bit. So what the parents always have in mind and they're always concerned about is it safe? We always want the best safety for our children, and there's many ways to make slime. There's a variety of ways, and the ones that I'm going to be teaching you today is what I found to be the safest and the easiest way of making it. So slime originally is made with borax, and the way you make that, the borax comes in a powder solution, in a powder substance, and you have to mix it with water to dilute it. Now when you have kids, it's a little bit difficult to be having powder and water, measuring. You know, kids tend to be unpredictable. They can put things in their mouth, they can rub their eyes, and what happens with the borax, they get irritation and it causes burning. So if your child, by mistake, puts it in their mouth, ingests it, or he rubs his eyes, and you don't know what could happen, you don't know if the chemical could have some type of reaction. So parents avoided doing the slime because a lot of kids were having issues with it. And I found the easiest solution that I found was contact lens solution, which is this one. And I found it easy because I myself use it on a daily basis and it's never caused me any sort of issues. But the borax, in other hands, it's a little bit more complicated. That already comes in liquid form, and the borax you have to take it from powder to liquid. So when you're working with kids, it's a lot easier to have something that's already made than to make it yourself. Now, how to actually make the slime. This slime is already made here. I'm going to show you the form. It's very gooey, it's very slimy. So this is the form that it's supposed to take. And I'm going to show you how to make it. So you could use any type of glue. Slime is made off of glue. And in this case, I'm going to be using Elmer's glue because it's easy to find at stores and it's very accessible to anybody. So you can, the quantity, it really depends on how much slime you want to make. Here, there's 2 bottles of glue, but we're going to be using one just to show you guys. So you got a container and you're going to put the slime. The glue, you're going to put the glue. Now the slime, you can, if you want to add, you can add color, but you can also add glitter, stars, little hearts, little tangible things that kids can actually touch and play with. But we're just going to keep it simple and just do food coloring. So I have 2 colors here. What colors would you guys prefer? Yellow or blue? Blue, okay. So we're going to add a few drops of the food coloring because it gets it pretty quick. Let's put a few. And we're going to mix it. Now I like to use a metal spoon, and that's because plastic tends to break. because when the solution comes in contact with the glue and it does the chemical reaction, it starts getting hard. And once it gets hard, it can break the plastic. It's happened to me before. So we're gonna mix it in. Now, the contact solution, 2 ingredients that it should have is boric acid and sodium borate. And that's what's gonna make it activate. You're gonna put a few drops and you're gonna mix it in. So you're gonna do this until you get the consistency that you like of the slime. Some people like it to be firmer than others, and other people like it to be a little bit slimier, we would say. So we're gonna add until it starts getting hard. And once it starts getting hard, you're actually gonna be able to get it, like I got that one, and you're gonna start playing with it and kneading it. And you're gonna get the consistency of the slime. Now, as I said, slime could be very beneficial to adults, to children, and to anybody who just wants it for entertainment purposes and who wants it for therapeutic purposes. It's very acquirable, it's very easy to make, and it's not only good to play with, but it teaches children how to use it, how to make chemical experiments, and it's fun for all of the family. Do you guys have any questions?
Yeah, so when mixing the food coloring, does it stain your hands?
So the food coloring doesn't stain. When you're playing with the slime, it doesn't leave any residue or anything. So it's mess free, and that's a very beneficial factor. Any more questions?
Can you keep it in an open container like that?
Okay, that's a good question. Can you keep it in an open container? You actually cannot. So the glue, since it's moisturized, if you keep it in an open container, the slime gets really hard and you cannot play with it. It just gets really, really stiff and you can't use it. So it must be closed, unless you're playing with it, of course, but if not, it should remain closed and sealed. Any more questions? No? Thank you, guys.
Thank you.